My husband thinks the way we organize our money is like really confusing because he is a very simple guy. He likes a checking account, a savings account, call it good. Me? I like to label things. So I'm going to show you the way that our money is currently organized, and you let me know if I lose you along the way. Because I feel like it's super simple. He thinks it's really cumbersome. We have 3 checking accounts and 3 savings accounts. Let's focus on the checking accounts first. Of the 3 checking accounts we have, 2 of them are not being used, so I'm just going to need you to ignore those right now. So the one checking account we actually do use is called bills. This is where all of our direct deposits go into. And then from there, money gets distributed. The money that remains in bills is used to pay off bills. Now moving on to the 3 high-yield savings accounts. The first one is called Magic and Mayhem. This one contains all of our sinking funds. Right now that includes the emergency fund, our travel fund, and our loved ones fund. Our next savings account is used to set aside money for pending expenses. These are things that we only pay for like once a year, maybe twice a year. So like vehicle insurance. The last savings account is called flex spending. And this is where I set aside like an allowance for different spending categories that we spend money on sometimes. Now, just like the other savings accounts we saw, this one is broken up into multiple buckets. One of those buckets is for skincare. So every single month we have a certain allowance for skincare. So if I need to replenish something in my routine, I have money to do that. Our dogs bucket is dedicated to things like if we're out shopping and we go, oh, wouldn't this be like a lovely bed for her? Or want to buy some like additional treats that she doesn't need but we think are so cute we want her to try. I think this sinking fund is actually the most confusing one of all the accounts that I have shown you this far. When it comes to actually spending money, because we don't spend money from those buckets specifically, we spend them on a credit card. So I look at our transactions and I say, okay, we took the motorcycle in and it costed this much, so I'm going to move this much money from the motorcycle or vehicle bucket within that flex spending account. I'm going to move it into bills because that is the account that pays off the credit card. And that's how it works for all of these. I look at the transaction, I say, what did we buy? I move the money from where that money is set aside in my bank account and I move it into bills. And that's it. That's the whole thing. For me, I like a zero-based budget, which means every dollar we have is promised to something and I know what it's promised to. This helps me stay on budget because I know what we have and I know what it's for. He doesn't really do that because he doesn't spend the way that I spend. So he's totally fine looking at his account and then doing the mental math of, I have this much in checking, but I have these expenses coming up, so like technically I have this much in checking. Like he's fine with doing mental math. I want to not do mental math. Combining finances is something that I've been looking forward to for so long because I like to see what works. So it's really interesting to like hear his feedback on the money setup so far because frankly, I thought this was like super minimalistic based off of, you know, my history. So like I did some serious decluttering to get to this point, and now I'm thinking like, how can I declutter even more? Not totally, not going down to one checking account, one savings account because it really wouldn't work for me, but can I pare it down someplace else?